and welcome to the NXT review. We are the Dudley Boys of WhatCulture. I'm Adam Wilbourn, joined by Michael Hamflett and Michael Sidgwick, here to review everything that happened on last night's episode of NXT. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. We do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review a show formerly known as NXT 2.0. AEW Dynamite. AEW Collision. Pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a round of the week complete with a bloody good quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, they're joined by Hamflett and Sidgwick to review last night's NXT. What a show.
Are we so back? Is it so over, or is it just both all the time? I don't know anymore. Some of this was the stuff I can't wait to come into work and talk about.
Yes.
Some of it was terrible. Terrible and bad. So I don't know. Don't know what NXT is at the moment.
I do.
Go on, Sidge.
I do. It's awful.
What's not to like?
All of it.
Disagree.
I don't like any of this, bro. I mean, there's one thing on the show. I don't know. Studs up 2-footed. I feel bad, but I'm going to have to do it. Stay tuned.
I've loved pretty much everything on this show. So there's a nice mix.
That's balanced.
Yeah. Let's get straight into it then. Show opened with Stephanie Vaquer taking on a member of Fatal Influence. Fatal Influence, of course, being the North American champion Fallon Henley, Jasmine Nix, and who Stephanie Vaquer was taking on, of course, Jayne.
So many faces.
Yeah.
It's great. How many faces do you want me to make? All of them.
Every single one you've got.
Early on, she gets backed into the corner. Ref calls for a break, and she asks Stephanie Vaquer, "Who do you think you are?" And Stephanie Vaquer proceeds to show her by kicking her ass, basically. At one point, Jacy got slammed into all three turnbuckles and just got boot scraped across her face. To Booker's excitement, Vaquer does the head scissors, slams into the mat. Yeah! And no, he doesn't do that. He goes, That's that one, isn't it? More from him later on, by the way. A real night.
It always is.
Yeah.
Jayne rolls out of the ring. Stephanie Vaquer goes out after her and kicks her and chucks her back in, but Fallon Henley distracts her to allow Jayne to hit a kick from the apron to take over as we go into a break. When we come back, Jayne still in control, but Vaquer gets away from her in the corner, climbs up and superplexes Jayne. Jacy fires back with a kick, tries for a cannonball, but Stephanie Vaquer moves. There's an eat defeat and a meteora and a backslide from Stephanie Vaquer, but Jacy hits her with a huge knee for a 2 count. She can't believe she didn't get 3 there. Vaquer fires back, though, gets her set up, hits a 619. Springboard crossbody. Jasmine Nix goes to break it in, but accidentally hits Jayne. The referee allows it. Obviously, they're teammates. But Vaquer takes out Jasmine with a headbutt. She is, out cold, basically, as the SVB hits, and she gets the 1-2-3.
Stephanie Vaquer's execution was as good as usual, but, this was just a match, wasn't it? I couldn't possibly offer anything else, I don't think. They're doing the dissension in the ranks. That's continuing. They've been together 5 minutes. A couple of them getting called up. Is Jayne going to find a new stable or something else? Because that feels
keeps getting new stables.
Yeah, that feels like this is coming to an end.
Why do you go with that Gigi Dolin? You've done that one already.
Stephanie Vaquer did everything right. She's the pushed prospect. She's the one you're supposed to be focusing on. That's what bland, predictable TV matches do.
Job done. Nice work. Senator.
I was gonna. I don't know what to say. Just a match. I was gonna say that we should probably start reviewing this first thing. The news can sort itself out.
Dynamite, get that out of the way.
Because I can dimly recall. A mechanically proficient match.
So can I.
Yep.
Good stuff.
But then 5 seconds after it finishes, I can dimly recall a mechanically proficient match with no soul or drama or excitement or literally anything.
Yeah.
It's must be a Wednesday.
Wednesday night, usually. But
I was having that sort of, I was hearing your voice. Do you know what? The way this is going, I think I'm going to have to go with Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh, yeah.
That is increasingly the case.
Teammate. She beat a teammate, so.
Yeah. But now she's done this. Then.
Yeah. Does that have Vengeance Day?
Oh, beware Fallon Henley. So that's what I've got.
Beware.
That's what I've got to say. Beware.
Imagine losing the title on Valentine's Day. And how sad she'll feel, and she'll probably need cheering up on a Valentine's Day. If only it was somebody that's almost certain to be alone on Valentine's Day.
Not really, because he's got a fiance, which was made canon. So.
Oh yeah, when he was dangerous alcoholic. Yeah, that's right. Yes,
of course.
Penned a storyline that, upset some people. How could he possibly be upset by NXT? But, it upset some people, and it played with subject matter that a lot of people are, affected by, and it wasn't necessary or good. All to stand next to Sean Spears backstage. No.
Oh, sorry, it's this, isn't it?
This is different. Probably good, isn't it? That's what he goes, is this different enough to is this anything? Sean Spears is this anything wrestler? I'm not crossing my arms, I'm placing one on top of the other. Is this anything?
They've got the various different tiers.
Is it?
Mirror class with Sean Spear. Find something to do with your hands that nobody else is doing. Well, Jacob Fatu's got that. And kind of various different cryptid people do things like that.
Can't fold my arms.
Fold my arms. Kind of like a playable character. Light bulb. Finish this for the day.
A sultan or something.
See you later. That's me.
Anyway, Stephanie Vaquer has a stare down with Fallon Henley, of course, ahead of their title match.
High drama. Big fight feel.
And then you'll never guess what happened. That's right, the women bickered in the locker room.
Can't believe it's unacceptable.
Can't believe Zaria is like a yak. She's walked to the deserts of Australia to get to NXT.
To have a row.
Just to go meh with everybody else in the locker room.
She made some noises, all right.
Zaria and Sol went up to Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. Oh, by the way, happy birthday to Jakara Jackson. Now we're all in our 30th birthday today.
We're on our 30s. We're on our 30s.
We're on our 30s for now.
Fact.
Zaria says, hell of a main event last week, but you lost. And Lash didn't eliminate anyone from the Rumble. And Sol's be nice. And Zaria says, I meant what I said. And then Tatum, Paxley, Gigi, Dolin, and Shotzi walk in. Big row. And Zaria and Sol leave, and Jakara tells Gigi to handle their beef. And she and Lash will handle theirs.
Did you see what was either this was terrible. Did you see on...
Always is.
Yeah, on X, what was either a really nice way to build an entry point story for Jordynne Grace, or just a really sad scene from the picture that Jordynne Grace and Natalya took? It's gone a bit viral. So Jordynne Grace and Natalya are taking a picture backstage at the Rumble, locker room.
Oh, I did see this, yes.
And somebody has posted the picture, and then next to it, zoomed in on the background of the picture, where a dressed and sad, as in street clothes dressed, Shotzi Blackheart is just sat on a phone. And obviously there was all the reports that it was Alexa Bliss was an 11th hour deal, and Shotzi was there just in case, and Alexa Bliss, the deal was done, and she enters the Rumble and stuff. And a lot of people are going, oh man, she looks crushed.
Yeah,
she would have had the stadium appearance, Rumble, whatever. Or because Jordynne Grace is going to go to NXT for a bit.
Sure.
For a bit, a short period of time. She's on, apparently, Sean Ross Sapp says she's got main roster money, main roster deal, but initially it's going to be NXT. So I reckon it's just something to stand and deliver, and then probably she goes. But I wonder if it's her entry program for Jordynne Grace is just she falls afoul of the three of them, the three noisemakers.
Can you get me a Jordynne Grace doll, please?
Yeah. And a sort of muscle-bound Barbie sort of thing, and she rips the head off. And Jordynne Grace what are you doing that for? Shotzi dead behind.
Great setup for that big show of the year. What have you done that for?
Although, she hears them coming because they're all making all them noises they make. So she's got plenty of time to turn around and deal with it.
Yeah, fine.
They're behind me, aren't they? All the way behind me. I've got ages to deal with this.
They're in Georgia.
Then we got highlights of Roxanne Perez at the Royal Rumble, and Sarah Shriver then walks up to Oba Femi, asks him about his NXT title match at Vengeance Day, and facing obviously A10 Dan Ander tonight. Oba says, Ava says she runs everything in NXT, but I run everything that happens in the ring, and I'll show Theory and Waller they don't belong in the ring with me. I also don't owe Trick a thing. He powerbombed him, of course, last week.
So the hierarchy, I like to keep up to date.
Yeah.
Oba Femi, I run everything. So the run everything tier is here. General manager and Booker and Cooker.
He runs everything in the ring.
Right. Okay. Runs everything in the ring. Then you've got general manager and Booker and Cooker of the year, Ava. Mm-hmm. They regularly acknowledge Shawn Michaels and Gorilla as kind of the guy that's kind of in charge of all this. And then we kind of forget the final boss, The Rock, who made it explicitly clear who's in charge. That's
unless he's in NXT, in which case Ava's the boss. Yes.
Right. I think I've got it. Thank you for that. The main roster has got the best authority figure scene since Jack Tunney. And there's 4 of them in NXT
no.
at any given point. No, sorry, 6, because of course, Stevie and
Robert Stone.
6 people.
Hang on, so it's Stevie, Robert Stone, Ava, The Rock, Shawn Michaels,
and now
Oba Femi's in
the ruler.
Yeah.
6 of them. That's a lot of people.
That's why it's run so well.
Yeah.
Right. Loved what happened next because NXT Heritage Cup champion Lexis King is standing in the ring with his trophy. He says he wanted to be humble, but how can he be humble when he's on the path to being the biggest star in professional wrestling? A lot of legends in the back. William Regal reached out, tried to show him the light. He mentions Paul Ryan Leaf, one of the biggest busts in the history of the NFL, giving him advice, but King doesn't take advice and has never done well with authority. He's always played by his own rules, and why wouldn't he? He's got the looks that kill and the pedigree that will.
I guarantee you that he spent a week repeating that to himself, thinking it's amazing. Guaranteed.
Get it on a t-shirt.
No.
He misspeaks once and Triple H says words. The pedigree that kills. I've got one of them, mate. Immediately goes to NXT in pedigree. Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Yeah.
What's the thing you said the other day? I better bury him just in case.
Yeah. It was when Edge had retired.
Best bury him.
Is Jericho coming back? Probably not, actually. He's thinking of AEW. I'll bury him just in case he does.
He's just broken his neck.
You never know.
You never know.
Why did his WrestleMania main event fail, Paul? I gave him everything. He walked my dog. But he's not going to my wife. The dog took his live on Raw and he cleaned it up. What more does he want?
Lexis says he was born into this business. He's the son of a lunatic, but he never asked for this, never tried to be anything but his father. Didn't even know his dad, but he knows one thing. He was a loose cannon who'd do anything to win. It's a shame he had so much potential he never quite reached. He says the fans wanted him to change, but he didn't, and he never will. He's the Heritage Cup champion because he stayed true to who he is. And the truth is, this championship, his sweet queen, has been mistreated for far too long, and he's got a new proclamation as Heritage Cup champion. Changing how it gets defended. No more rounds, oh thank God. No more cornermen, no more time limits. One fall, winner takes all.
It's just a match for a cup.
I know. I for one welcome that. Yeah. I for one welcome that.
It peaked previously, didn't it? Let's be honest. But anyway, when it was held by
Tony Dion, he's doing his
genuinely forgot.
Yeah,
sorry.
But he's interrupted by.
There's a bit more into it this morning. I've kind of lost interest in it now.
Yeah. Same.
I'm a Dirty Curty guy.
Dirty Curty.
Love Fandango for all he is.
Dirty Curty, greater than sign Fandango. That's how it goes, right?
NXT Redemption.
It's the best.
Shared it on the news this morning when he insists that after they've been feuding forever on NXT Redemption because they can't escape the show. Mm-hmm. And Derek Bateman's like, meet me in my office next week. This ends. And then next week, Derek Bateman goes into a toilet. The toilet flush. Dirty Curty comes out. Thanks for agreeing to meet with me. Because he's got his hands out. It's like, you going to wash those hands? They're already clean. And then he lay out whatever it is in the story just in the toilet. And he's like, I've got to get out of here. Just leaves him.
Wasn't there a bit where they were building up the main roster and he'd paint himself into a corner and they were like, think about it. Huh?
just neck on with his sort of his nipples and stuff. Oh, you got me here. I didn't know you were coming in.
Dirty bastard. Loved him.
But he's not, I suppose he's not Fandango, is he? Or Dirty Curty. What is he, JDC?
Yeah.
From TNA.
Johnny Dirty Curty.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the stable called?
The system.
System or whatever. Yeah, just go with that. The system. What kind of Tony Khan ass name for a stable is that?
Sounds like it needs smashing to me, Sidge.
He reintroduces himself. Said he used to get real weird here in NXT. Fans are loving it, obviously. King says he remembers him. He's the one who used to play dress up with Tyler Breeze, but this isn't the YMCA, it's NXT. And Fandango says that's good coming from a guy who's had his face spray painted on. He's JDC. He's repping the system from TNA, and the system are always looking to add gold to their trophy case. He wouldn't mind, still got it, wrapping his lips around the cup and having a drink.
That was the moment. He's necking on with it.
Yeah.
He spoke to Ava. I need to see that conversation happen. And next week is the two of them for the cup, and King says, yeah, we're going to dance.
It's Fandango versus Brian Pillman Jr.
Yeah.
What do you want?
I was going to say, what do you want from me on that? The best bits happened. He's been dirty. He was lewd towards the cup.
You're doing it a bit there.
So Brian Pillman just walks in the room. What are you doing? He's in the cup. Like the American Pie scene.
Have to have a big old dick.
The new rules now, 2 balls to a finish.
Yeah.
I'm ecstatic to see him back, to be honest.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
Not ecstatic.
Yeah.
Ecstasy.
Genuine pop.
Use ecstasy.
It's Fandango.
I know who it is, mate. I'm just saying.
Yeah, big man, Dirty Dango, Dirty JDC.
Ecstasy.
A huge surprise, obviously.
Yeah.
Excited to see where this goes next week. He's going to wrap his lips around that cup.
I mean,
After a 2 3/4 star at best match.
But no rounds, so better.
can you imagine if the joke's on TNA?
Moderately.
Take that.
Like the joke's on TNA here and he wins.
By an increment.
Oh, and they have to take it.
No, you got to take it. No, it's your prop, though, isn't it? No, we've been trying to get a shot of it for ages. You got to take it.
Who would you want to send to TNA to challenge for it? No one.
No, I don't care. In fact, the business relationship is over. That was the whole point.
That was the whole point.
We were just desperate to get rid of the Heritage Cup, and we've done it.
Got Jordan Grace, you got Heritage Cup. What's the problem?
Right, well, you're definitely taking the Hardy Boys. All right, we'll have the Heritage Cup back.
It's happening.
I know it is. They're in Vault. Get off my channel. I check that channel every day, and I check it with a smile. And yesterday,
Not anymore.
Hey, man, is this going on TVs or the internet?
Oh, these days, what's the difference?
Moving on, a moment on NXT that can only be summed up by this button. Cinema on NXT official. A clip from Wild Cards featuring Tony
It's a
D'Angelo.
TV show.
Cinema.
No, I've just told
they
you.
could air it in a cinema, technically.
That's where I watch it.
What's the main character called?
Johnny Wild.
No.
Johnny Wild and Sarah Cards. Together they are. Bloody Wild Cards.
Oh, you suck, bro.
I'm looking forward to the debut episodes tonight. So we'll find out more details then, I assume. But some guys are in a warehouse.
You suck, bro.
You're going to be checking the ratings and demo for this, aren't you? Again, so, WrestleNomics, where are the wild card numbers?
Only wild card in wrestling. I'm like, oh.
Do you want another? So come on, you love it so much.
No, I'm just excited to watch it.
Okay. So the synopsis, according to Google, demoted detective, easy, big fella, Ellis has unfortunately spent the last year on the maritime unit while Max has been living a transient life, elaborately scamming everyone she meets. The catch, they've got to work together.
Oh, God. Can they coexist?
The mayor, get me off the boats.
Is anyone that I know in it? You talk.
Tony D.
D'Angelo.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all in a warehouse. Tony
Ali Sheedy's in it. What's she in?
I know the name. What is it?
Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
She's the one who does the glow up when it's like she looked better as a goth.
Yeah. But now she's going to be best known for Wild Cards.
No.
Wild Cards, the Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Yeah, Tony D walked in asking if...
She's the one who made that crisp sandwich. You ever watch The Breakfast Club? Mm-hmm. I think she has the crisp sandwich and it looks amazing. Come on.
Watch it. I don't remember the crisp sandwich. I'm thinking of
all people, you're going to
I'm thinking of the dancing montage and I can't think of the crisp sandwich.
She puts sugar in it, which ruins it.
I remember. You got me thinking about the Clueless scene where Paul Rudd has to put the mayonnaise in the sandwich, then flips it round and eats it so he doesn't have to taste the mayonnaise. I was like, oh my God, me and Paul Rudd have something in common. I was going to say, other than my wife fancies us both, but we don't have that in common.
Was it 2002?
Joke's on you, we hadn't met then.
Yeah, Tony said this is their only window, and if they miss this, they miss their pay.
2005.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was,
20 years, isn't it?
She was into me in 2005.
It's been 20 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, a bit more.
Bit more now.
Oh, my God. What was she thinking?
But yeah, you'll all see this on WhatCulture tonight, so I'm not going to sum it up too much.
Yeah,
everyone's in for his scheme or whatever it is. And then we cut backstage. The family are all watching this, obviously. And then they're all, well, most of them are loving it. The Riz says,
Don, you were so great. I can't wait to watch the rest of Wild Cards tomorrow night.
Lucas says, I can't wait. Tony says,
Oh, I love Gammy. Gammy loves Tony D. It's great.
and Stack
Who
says,
loves him?
Gammy. Stack says, look at our guy. Triple H. Look at our guy. Hollywood Don. Big TV star now, huh? I guess this is what you were talking to Izzy about a few weeks ago when you forgot to come out to our match. Tony D said, whoa, Stacks. No. It's cool. We should have had the red carpet. We didn't have it in the budget. We'll get it next time. Oh, hey, what's the matter with you? What Izzy said. He goes, T, relax. I'm just breaking your balls. Which makes sense, because what was he asking about on the preview yesterday?
He was asking about bollocks.
Yep.
Breaking thing is, though, you haven't seen The Sopranos yet, have you, Wilbourn?
No.
Right, okay. How many mafia-adjacent movies and TV shows have you seen?
A few.
One, NXT.
Other than NXT, like Goodfellas and...
Yeah.
You've seen the Godfather trilogy, right?
No, getting around to it.
Okay, well, in The Sopranos, which is what this is based on, I'm just telling you this because at some point someone has to do it.
Loosely based on it, come on.
Loosely. And I'm going to have to just tell you, just got to rip that band-aid off. Ow. In The Sopranos, right, when, and it happened, I think it's dialogue like this in Goodfellas as well, when a character says to another character, hey, I'm just breaking balls here, I'm just breaking balls, it's usually a prelude to a violent murder.
What?
Or a violent betrayal or something. So breaking your balls just means I'm temporarily easing the tension here, but really this will not go unresolved.
Oh, God.
Is Tony D still into the mafia and that?
Yeah.
It's got overlap with his TV commitments. Beyond his other TV commitments of being on television for the last 2 years.
Why has he put himself in the public eye?
This is what I was thinking, Sidge.
The public eye, beyond the public eye, that is NXT.
Yes.
Then again,
Another
you
front.
know, there are legitimate cast members in The Sopranos with genuine backgrounds and that sort of thing, you know?
True. So that makes his kind of mafia credentials
Real,
if anything.
but yeah, that Stax is...
Well, Tony says,
Oh, well, how about instead of breaking my balls, you worry about Ridge tonight?
and Stack says, I got this.
You know what they need to do, right, with this Tony D family? I'm going to... earnest analysis / fantasy booking here is that the way it would go in The Sopranos is that in virtually every season, someone would get out of jail or get out of jail or get out of jail, and there'd be a extended member of the crime family would come back into the fold, want to start earning again, draw the ire of Tony Soprano, and then they'd have this like really like one of them's gonna die, or there's gonna be a big fight or whatever, and like they were always so good at winding him up, and he was like Tony S was a big tone that was so good at like getting really slowly infuriated.
It's like equilibrium, disequilibrium, equilibrium. The disequilibrium with Sopranos is hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely amazing stuff. They should bring in. Oh, it's Vinny from whatever.
Vinny Vegas from WCW.
Yes, whatever. Like it's Vinny's back, and then he could slowly start to try and overtake the family, undermine Tony D, and then have a big match. That's how you should book Tony D. None of this championships and things.
Well, he's got Stand and Deliver to worry about first.
To main event.
Let's get to the match, though. It was our boy Stax versus Ridge Bloody Holland. Stax jumps him at the bell. Back elbow to Ridge, but Ridge comes back with a belly-to-belly. They go to the outside. Stax went for a basement dropkick, but Ridge dodged that and sent him into the steps. But Stax fights back and sends him into the bottom rope. It's a kick, but Ridge fires back with a pump kick and mocks Tony D.
Doesn't fire back ever, though.
Hits a pump kick. Mocks Tony D whilst chucking Stax all over, saying he's nothing but a lackey. So Stax fires back. It's a jawbreaker.
It's good that I wasn't aware of the story, so when he told us, I was happy.
Sean Spears and his gang are watching from the podium. Stax comes off the ropes but gets caught with another belly-to-belly and tries to fight back and go up top, but gets shoved to the outside. Ridge goes out after him. There's Luca Crucifino, and Ridge shoves him over and goes into the ring. Luca jumps up on the apron. That distracts the ref. It looks like Izzy Dame's going to come in and cost Ridge again, but he sees her and she freezes. Stax gets a roll-up for 2, but Ridge hits him with the Redeemer and gets the 1, 2, 3.
Stax moved well here, moved around well, created movement, move.
Great underdog.
All right, actually, and I really like him.
It made me ecstatic.
I like him in tag matches more. I don't get. We're not the kindest to Ridge Holland, right? But like constructive criticism.
He's not very good.
No, and he can't be a monster. He's not a great scrappy baby face. He's not like the heavy or the heater in a stable convincingly.
He's so clunky and uncoordinated, yet he doesn't have the brawler soul. You know what I mean?
I don't know what he is as a wrestler, and I guess they're still trying to fumble around and find it ultimately, and that's why he continues to get pushed and used in the way he's being used. But I every week, because you kind of have to watch him every week, I'm looking for what it is he's got or what they're seeing in the gym that isn't appearing on television or whatever. I don't know what it is. Like, this was a perfect example. Stax bumped around a lot here for him, and if you're agent in a match like that beforehand, you're thinking, kill him tonight. Like, look like a killer, because he's going to look like he's getting killed. And it just never seems like he brings his end of the bargain into whatever the match layout is. And like, we're into years of this now, really. Yeah. Going back to like when he was trying to do too much and he injured himself in the end of the Triple H era. And I was like, don't be doing dives and stuff like that. Find what works. You know, like,
he just caught one.
Like, yeah, Pat McAfee, like, bodyguard figure was probably as good as I got. Maybe I just don't see it yet. Still,
never will. Maybe to be a little bit positive, less harsh. He's not so formidable as a powerhouse that could be his bit. You can't do these back and forth nothing matches neither. Like, WWE doesn't really embrace different styles, or like not a brawler's promotion. It was in the Attitude Era, but not anymore. He could be a brawler if in a different promotion, maybe. I don't know. Stax, I used to think he just rushed through his stuff that he got taught in a family tag match. It's just a bog standard tag match, just sped up a bit because maybe didn't have much composure. But he wrestles like a spirited dude trying to make a name for himself in character, because that's what Tony D expects from him. He's doing all right as Stax it. Mm-hmm.
Just worried about certain looks. We'll get into that again later on.
Yeah.
But after this, we go backstage, and there's the tag team champions, that being, of course, Axiom. Nathan Fraser.
When I'm cleaning windows.
They're talking about all the title defenses they've had recently and going to TNA and that. When Josh Briggs and Inamura show up, and they basically accuse them of dodging a brutal ass beating. Says OTM haven't been around since we beat them. And Nathan, I think they're facing the Nemeths this week, or Fraxiom. Says, well, why don't you try and find yourself some opponents, and then we'll talk, amigo. And Briggs and Amora both say, I've got this, and go their separate ways.
I accept that the vest is a signature of their friendship and all the rest of it. Like, wear it every week, absolutely. Please, for the love of God, never ever wear it with that WWE branded T-shirt because you look like building staff. It looks like arena security or something, like a black waistcoat thing over the top of a black T-shirt with a massive, great big Fed logo in the middle. It's like I felt like somebody should ask him where the toilets were or something. Like a steward that hadn't put his high vis on. Just an observation.
It's an observation and some advice.
Then another tag match. It was Ruca and Zaria versus Gigi, Dolin and Tatum Paxley. Ruca starts out for her team, gets isolated.
I kind of wish Charlotte Flair just walked out in the middle and shot on all of them.
I knew this would come.
What did you think of the Spider Insider, Tatum's new... she's like grabbing at the face and...
Yeah, I don't like any of this. I'm sorry. They make me feel weird.
Suck ass. Suck ass.
We should have seen this sort of stuff coming from that entrance last week that a lot of people enjoyed. You know, but God,
The Goonies.
Yeah. Goonies always say wank. That's like never say anything.
Yeah,
I don't like this at all. I don't care for Zaria much either.
Well, she got the hot tag. She ran wild, speared Gigi. Tatum broke it up. Sol and Zaria get their opponents on their shoulders, but they both slide off and hit stereo inseguris. But Zaria takes down Gigi and catches Tatum off the ropes for an F5 onto Gigi. Sol comes in and hits the Soul Snatcher to Gigi Dolin to get the 1-2-3 for her team.
Far be it from me, Wilbourn, because I can't do your job. Every single time you're not in, right, on like, you know, a review day, which is basically every day, is it not? Well, most days. Every time you're not in, and Hamflett tends to do WWE hosting and I'll do AEW hosting. It's just shaken out like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, right, well, this is the match. And I'm thinking, even if it's written down in front of me and I've made notes, I still can't get the flow of it right. You're just so good at your job.
Thank you, mate.
You just didn't really do a good job there.
Oh.
You didn't really do a good job there because just do exactly what you did. I'm not telling you off here. Do exactly what you did for like the last 2 sentences for that recap for that match, yeah?
Zaria gets the hot tag, spears Gigi. They get them up on their shoulders, but they slide off. Stereo Inseguris. Zaria takes down Gigi, catches Tatum off the ropes. F5 onto Gigi, and the Soul Snatcher to Gigi Dolin gets the 1-2-3.
What you failed to do here is capture that Zaria at every single given moment. It's fucking horrible.
Hang on.
Down with the Sidgwick.
Why is she screaming her head off? Like, is she meant to be some kind of like old world warrior?
Yeah. Mad Max getting in bickering rows in the locker room. It doesn't work. None of it works.
In the ring, it is so, it's the ick. Like, so she just goes, and F5 onto somebody else, and then she does the direct and trap. You get her. Like, why don't you speak? And I'll understand what you're saying. Like, just why does she do that?
Jordy Redditor shoots on Zaria.
It's just awful, man. Get her! Like, she just screams her head off at every single juncture of the match. I understand, right? You want to try and... You've come in, and for a brief little while there, it looked like, oh my God, you're on the same level as...
Giulia and Vaquer, yeah.
And now Zaria's here as well. And now it's Zaria's here as well. And now I don't know if she's standing out, trying to stand out, or if Matt Bloom and the rest of the brain trust down in that performance center as they do every single face, make every single noise, big, big, big. This is the big time, baby. This is the Fed. Be obnoxious. Make your face look like that. Make your noises. Why do I have to be confronted with the faces and voices at every single second? Why is it so on all of the time? I hate watching this program, and I hate you, Adam, for hyping it up so much. Because it has this weird effect on me where it's like, I wake up, go downstairs, come on, Peaches, my little cat. I can't be that bad. Wilbourn loves this. Wilbourn loves this. I hate you, Wilbourn. And I hate this so much. It is unwatchable. Correct?
Looking at the ratings, clearly not. I'm just asking questions, me.
It wasn't a question.
Yeah, it wasn't a question.
All that said,
All that screamed. All that shouted.
considering there's nothing happening for him anytime soon, this like Zaria Ruca team's probably got a bit of potential.
No, it hasn't.
Get the match in gear, do some vignettes.
No, it
where
hasn't.
it's
In
like,
2 years, God willing, in 2 years, we are still in this chair. God willing, I'll die in it if you want.
Yes, please. Not for you to die, just for all of us to die in these chairs.
Yeah. Together.
Yes.
Holding hands.
Like Toy Story in a podcast studio.
Oh, yeah, so I'm just alone, am I? Good.
It's a big fire, but you're on the other side of the fire. But you're in the fire with us.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
dying with us.
Too late. No, I'm not dying. You can,
So
I'm living, if anything.
we will, if God willing, 2 years, we're doing this. It's got potential, this team. No, it hasn't, Doug, because we're going to go, what happened on the February 4th edition of NXT 2 years ago in 2025? And it's like, oh, I remember Zaria and Ruca are a team. No.
I just like the idea of the vignettes where like Ruca goes on like a Mad Max day where they're in massive flame cars and trying to kill other savages with maces or whatever. And then she's like, that was a great day, but next week, it's my turn. And like Zaria's trying to figure out a surfboard.
How do I eat this?
Smashes it over her head, that sort of thing.
How do I eat this?
I want to see it.
That's not dinner.
Potential after all.
That's how we go. That's not dinner, Zaria.
When was the last rubbish vignette? I'm telling you, man, it's dead. The NXT dream is dead. Other than the end of the show, of course.
This is it. There's already another one. There's always a hand around the corner.
Okay. Hands
around the corner.
Hands up. Got that one wrong. Can't get them all right.
We see clips of Giulia and Stephanie Vaquer in the Rumble. And then Sarah's with Trick asking about him and Oba Femi, whether they've spoken since last week. And he says
I'll
they
show
haven't.
you Zaria when we get downstairs. Now you'll never be able to unhear it. And I will. If I cannot free myself of the curse, I will spread the curse to others.
Spread the goose.
Trick should have gotten the title shot of Vengeance Day, not World War Theory. So he's going to beat both their bitch asses. And Oba's got a receipt coming too.
Cool.
And it's time for the NXT Women's Championship Summit. Can't wait for this. Bayley, Roxanne Perez, and Giulia. But as Bayley comes out and then Roxanne Perez wants to shoot on Bayley before Giulia makes her appearance. She talks about how she broke Bayley's record at the Rumble. But Bayley's like, you didn't win the match. And Roxanne says, yeah, I didn't, but I did eliminate Giulia. But she wants to talk about Bayley. She got tired of getting her ass kicked on SmackDown, went to Raw. That didn't work. But now she's come to the best division in wrestling. But now she gets it because after the Rumble, she wants it all. Her 13-year-old her would be freaking out right now, but she realizes her idols were just standing in her way. So now she's going to Raw. Oh, Bayley interrupts! No! Bayley tells her to shut up. She hopes she hopes Roxanne passes her one day. That's what this business is all about. She literally built one of the first NXT rings with her own hands. There was promo class with Dusty. Roxy doesn't respect any of that.
She could have done with a couple of promo classes.
Bayley says that Perez lost her mind when she lost her title. She's losing herself. She might just lose her best friend too.
Tries to mimic one of her other idols. Tell me when I'm lying tells. Oh, God. Bomb pipe.
Bomb pie.
All I'm saying is it's alls. It's alls.
Massive card off screen. Alls.
When it comes to Bayley and the NXT Women's title, she'll be fine if she loses it, but will Roxanne Perez? Roxy says that Bayley...
Charlie had CM Punk wrong now. That's all I'm He could be giving us a... Also,
In that microphone, on that ring.
Roxanne says Bayley doesn't get it.
Well, you sure know how to make a guy feel like Britt Baker in New Jersey. I got it wrong again.
No thanks, I'm Edge Street.
When it comes to
This is from my favorite bakery. It's called Mork's.
World in the best!
like that. Vogue. When it comes to the title, Roxanne Perez has no friends, no mentors, and in WWE she has no equal. Bayley can keep talking. She's going to go to NXT Vengeance Day, go to Raw, win the title there as well, maybe SmackDown too. And if she decides to vacate the title, maybe Cora Jade can finally win one. But here comes Giulia.
Didn't hate that line.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of sophistication in that dialogue.
Needle
At last.
Amigo.
Giulia comes in and says, enough. Roxanne, you're nothing without a title. And she's going to beat Bayley too. At Vengeance Day, none of them will survive the beautiful madness. And then here comes Charlotte Flair. She comes out, huge pap. They actually like
nothing.
She
does nothing, mate.
Mama,
She calls them all suck asses and leaves.
Mama's come home, she says. Your queen has arrived. She's an NXT homegrown. NXT will always be a home. Does anyone remember the last time I won the Rumble and selected the NXT Women's Champion and became a 2-time champion? She puts over Roxanne's performance in the Rumble, says she's proud of her. But if she's still champion at WrestleMania, she'll be runner-up again. Says the Giulia hype is real. She respects her. The champion of the greatest women's division in the world, but she's better. Crowd boos her. And Bayley, they do the 4 symbol. Whatever title she picks, she'll be champion at WrestleMania. But before any of this can go any further, Cora Jade appears and attacks Bayley and Giulia from behind with a kendo stick. And there's a little stare down between Cora and Roxanne Perez, and she swings for her, but Roxanne ducks and bails out of there. Cora poses with the title and then twats Bayley one more time.
So Giulia didn't inspire Charlotte Flair then?
Apparently not, no. I love that even when she's trying, Charlotte Flair can't sound like she's being nice to people.
She's the most insincere person I've ever heard talk in my life. And I've worked with some people, let me tell you.
I've got sympathy for her at this point because this was the sort of thing.
Nah, I don't.
Well, no.
You're
all right.
too bad at this.
Yeah, but I'm watching this performance.
It's as if she's trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you tried your best, but I guess your best wasn't good enough. It's like you're not. You can't be trying to be a babyface. You say you want to be a babyface, and who knows? Maybe that's just a report that was incorrect, and she just wants to be a heel. Who knows? But if she's trying, I would stop.
Is she the good guy? She sure is trying.
Every day that mirror looks at me. And,
Sure,
we
yeah,
don't do
she's-
bits
yeah.
usually. Bit of a detour into bits, but we don't usually.
We don't do bits.
No.
Usually.
She's a heel.
Yeah.
2 shows in a row. The biggest heel in the division's back. And she's a babyface. How's that going to work?
It ain't.
It never does.
So it looks, not, I know we don't do bits, but it does genuinely look like Roxanne Perez is obviously, Giulia's retaining. And then they are going to do one match between Cora and Roxanne, one would assume.
Yeah.
She's got
Loser
loads of
leaves.
time left. Got lots of things to do.
Loser leaves. That might be stand and deliver. She might still get to WrestleMania, Sidge.
This place isn't both enough.
This place. I worked on several.
Yeah, that's good.
I like that.
This isn't both enough for the big of us.
That's good humour.
Accidental punk. All right.
MC Punk.
Right, moving on. Sid, I need your help with this. Ava's backstage. She was going to say it was Rock Hall General Manager.
You look like one of them water butts.
That's what she does.
There's There's Ethan Page and Javon Evans, and she tells them to be on their best behaviour.
Yeah, best behaviour, guys.
She says, Javon isn't...
What they called? Is it like the Victorian dolls? Is that the name of them? Lift another Sidgwick. There's just a smaller Ava underneath.
She says Javon isn't cleared, and he left her no choice but to suspend him.
Say that again.
Javon, you're not cleared. You leave me no choice but to suspend you.
Javon, you're not cleared. You give me no choice but to suspend you.
And Ethan says, you should punish him by putting him in a match with me.
You should...
No. And Ava says, okay, fine.
Sorry, I am useless.
You'll face off at Vengeance Day, but only if Javon gets cleared.
You'll face off at Vengeance Day, but only if Javon gets cleared. That's that too much there. Really rein it back. That's what they call it, Ava Rain. Ava Rain and your enthusiasm.
How'd you say it?
A discreet presence.
God. Oh, right. We go backstage and we see Josh Briggs chatting to a couple of our favourites, Hank and Tank. Did you catch their new nickname? The Belly Boys of NXT. I love that.
They're just doing say stuff to them. Saying, honk, we're the Belly Boys.
Great. And they say, opportunity. And they leave. And, we walk past the family and they're all a bit devastated. Ridge walks up to him. And Stack says, you coming back for more? And Ridge says, I think you've had enough, pal. Hey, Tony, I saw that look on your face out there. You know that if I can get a true one-on-one match, I'll take that North American title. Tony says, oh, a true one-on-one match, Ridge, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago was a joke. And your little friend here, Izzy Dame, cost me that match. He says, oh, not my friend. And Rich says, you've got people watching. Right? And there's Spears.
You're right.
Spears and his goons.
Rich.
Is he smoking more tabs in his line?
You've got people watching your every bloody move. Right? I don't trust anybody here. Let's see what you could have won. Hey. Take it back, lads. Boom, boom.
A little bit of bullying.
Well, I mean, I don't know, says Izzy Dame.
Izzy Dame's here. Whoa, she's in the room.
Why don't you guys just settle in a cage match? Just a thought. That sounds good to me. Oh, okay, cage match. What does it matter? I don't need my family to beat you.
Benson and Ridges.
It's good. It's all good stuff.
Ridge chuckles and leaves and Stacks.
Marlboro.
Stacks is just staring at
Butthead.
You got him, Sid. You got him. Right in his butt head.
Got him good.
Anyway, Ridge leaves and they all stare after him except for Stacks, who's heard the line that Tony said there. And he's a bit like, what's going on here? It's not looking good.
And the family aren't out there. Is Izzy Dame going to slam the door on Tony's head? Set up all along.
Well, I thought this, but then I thought...
Why would you screw him 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, you could have just let him win the title 2 weeks ago.
See, it's NXT, you need to forget about that.
Yeah, I admit that, yeah.
That's what it felt like, didn't it?
Yeah.
Ridge and Izzy are setting him up to take the title.
She's my dame. Izzy Dame. You're not a queen or a princess, she's a dame.
I would her, she's my dame.
And I do every night. All the positions.
Which brings Thea Hale back to feud with Izzy Dame.
Oh, hang on, there's a button for this.
Oh my God.
There isn't.
Nice, by the way, a nice tweet from Andre Chase about Duke Hudson the other day.
That was nice. That was
lovely.
nice.
I love that video. Duke Hudson made. See it where he interviewed his like sad self.
Interviewed the Vink.
Yeah, brilliant.
Anything else you want to say about this? It's I think worrying times for the family, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all over, mate.
You did a great job recapping it at least.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Oh, God. I've got to go. I've got
Is that
delivery.
your dame?
No. It's not my dame. I've got a delivery. I'm really looking forward to this weekend. Really looking forward to Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday, of course.
Murray and fill out downstairs.
Yeah, but I need to sign for it because I've got a little Philadelphia Eagles plush toy. Should have got it when we were over there for Eric, so we can sit and watch the Super Bowl. He wants the Eagles to win because no one wants a three-peat. Come on. So I'm going to go and I'll go and sign for this, and you talk about.
They'll sign for it.
They'll sign for it.
The postman's not going to
use
you.
my signature. Okay?
Your signature.
Yes, it's a really bad delivery firm. All of them. I'll go and sign for it. You talk about. We're in times ahead for the family. I'll be right back.
They're going to strap up Ridge Holland with this North American title, Sidge.
I hope so. I just want to see the look on his face.
Yeah.
He's pissing me off. He's having affairs. he's talking about NXT. This gimmick is starting to really grind my gears, you know.
Right.
Too many G's there, I'm sorry. It's just, it's not good. And I think the poor man is deluding himself into thinking the good times are still here.
Okay.
Like, the vignettes aren't there. We don't have wrestlers who've seen into the future. There's mafiosos about, but it's not the same. And I think we need to have a little word.
Yes.
Wilbourn. Sorry, it's got a resemblance. It's got a resemblance.
You do. I never noticed that before.
Both got quite big noses. But it takes one to know one as well.
Well, good looking. So, how's it
Both
going,
good
guys?
looking,
Yeah. How are you?
Nah, agreed.
All good in the family, though. For now. Looking forward to the weekend, though. Can't wait for Sunday.
Oh, the Super Bowl.
Well, no. It's National Pizza Day, of course. Speaking of which, I felt shouldn't have asked this before, but still, Sage, what's the deal with pizza?
Pizza. Love it. Probably my favorite food, you know. Absolutely love it. Like a good Neapolitan style wood fire oven pizza. Just gorgeous. So basically, you get some dough. You turn it, pizza dough. You turn it into a disc. You put some, like, marinara sauce or whatever it's called on there, Napoli sauce, whatever. And then you put some mozzarella, fresh basil leaf. Some might say that all you need to do is pop that into the old incredibly hot oven. Sadly, you need a really hot one for it to work. Otherwise, I'd get obsessed and make them every night at home. But, you know, people like something called toppings, where you can have meat, veg, you know, like pepperoni, salami, mushroom, that kind of stuff. I'm always in two minds. If I'm going to an amazing, amazing pizza place, I will just see what they can do and get it plain. That's the deal with pizza, really.
That's good to know.
You should know you.
Thanks for reminding me.
You're
you know,
Italian American, you know. You
I suppose
must have had it.
going to a strip club is a bit like getting, pizza made at the pizza counter in the supermarket. You go get it started by a professional, then you got to take it home and finish it yourself. 3 questions, 3 jokes for you. Sidge, question joke number 1. What job did the lobster get at Pizza Hut? Picture that.
Line cook, something.
Lobsters, crustaceans. Crustacean.
That's nothing to do with the job. It's just what
Pizza
they are.
I think pizza crust.
Yeah, no, I get it, but it's not right though. It's good, not right. It's got good, not right written all over it.
Yeah. Anything in claws?
What's the setup again, Stags?
What job did the lobster get at Pizza Hut?
Right, what jobs could you get there? A waiter, service staff, chef, sous chef. Why Pizza Hut though? Ah, damn.
I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry.
So goddamn close. He's working at the crust station. The crust station.
Station.
You give it. Give us that. Bingo!
Question joke number 2.
I started taking that one.
Hamflett, how are boobs like pizza?
Oh, boobs like pizza.
This has got like third joke energy to it, so it feels like it's going to be a more gentler punchline than what we used to from Stacks.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, boobs like pizza. Both great.
It's all good stuff.
It's all good stuff. They're both great, Stacks.
No. We can
You don't want to go in on that one?
No, we can do the better one. I was just maybe. Oh, boobs like pizza. No, because he's not.
He's this one.
Yeah.
Going filthy Stacks brain, but it's only joke number 2. This is like one. Well, sometimes you'd say we could tell the kids, but not sure about this one.
I'm completely dumbfounded here.
Me too. Nothing on this one, Stacks.
How are boobs like pizza?
Doesn't matter what size, they're all good. Again.
Is that his hat trick ever?
Yeah, no.
Question,
4-0 down.
Yeah.
Getting there and getting a hat trick.
question joke number 3. What do a pizza delivery driver and a gynecologist have in common?
I like the punchline setup already. What does a pizza delivery driver and a gynecologist have in common?
In their line of work, it's all about what's in the box, but filthier.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, careful when you open the box. The contents are hot.
What's in the box?
Careful when you open the box. Because like when they say like it's very hot and you could like...
Yep.
Careful when you open the box. The contents are hot.
Good, not right. What do a pizza delivery driver and a gynecologist have in common? They both get close enough to smell the goods, but if they eat it, they'll be in trouble. See you later, guys.
No, I'm not laughing at that. Sorry, tennis elbows playing up. Yeah, that's out of line. That is out of line.
Bye, Stacks.
Watching you.
Well, you messed my order up, haven't they? Bloody crazy frog instead of the
Instead of the
Eagles.
Right,
Sorry.
yeah.
I mean, you like crazy frog.
Yeah.
You've covered your tracks, Wilbourn.
Yeah. What? No. For the rest of the show, he'll like it.
Has the Teddy got the
Is this who you've been having the affair with?
Ass.
close? But yeah, no, it's not. I just
Got a great ass.
Has he?
Look.
How old is he, the crazy frog? Like seriously,
look. Come on, Sage. Look at the crazy frog's ass.
how old is the crazy frog meant to be? Because you might have outed yourself as a bestiality paedophile.
It's a new NXT character.
Came out in 2003, so he's 22 at least. It's all good.
Yeah, but he's always stayed the same age, so hasn't he? Never grew up.
Please move on. Please move on.
Timestamp. Right, okay, well, it's in there now.
Just saying.
Anyway, what are you up to on the show?
He said he had a great arse, man.
Look. And then forced you to look. That's what? Stop. What? This is the crazy ass.
Did you get to Karmen Petrovic versus Kelani Jordan yet?
No, we didn't actually, no.
Okay.
Stuck on family business.
And you missed Stacks, of course.
Oh, good.
Retention might drop if...
Might have gone up.
the internet.
They've put a lot of work into his arse.
Name like that.
He's got ass cheeks.
Don't splay it.
It's after that. Why? Your crazy frog's done. I'm going to need another hour.
Karmen Petrovic, of course.
These crazy frog asses aren't anywhere near pert enough. Send them back. Do them again.
Karmen Petrovic
What am I doing with my life?
with Ashanti the Adonis, of course, versus Kelani Jordan.
He should have been on this podcast a long time ago.
No.
Yeah. This show's a crazy frog of a wrestling show.
Very him, yeah.
At
Kelani
least
Jordan's
because
got,
half the characters want to get the knob out all the time.
Kelani Jordan's got a bit of an edge, hasn't she now? At one
Then
point.
the bell ring.
Karmen
Booker was good here.
was on the apron yet and got hit with a kick. But as Kelani looks to dive onto Karmen, Ashanti saves his misses, pushes her out of the way and eats the dive himself. Jada Parker comes out to watch, distracting Kelani Jordan. So Karmen manages to dive through the ropes onto her. Karmen hits a tornado DDT for a nice 2 count as we go to a break. When we come back, Kelani hits a handspring back elbow and an X Factor for 2. Karmen fights back, sling blade for a 2. Tries for a tornado DDT, but Kelani counters and hits a Northern Light suplex for another 2 count. And Karmen rolls up Kelani for a 2. Hits a kick. Karmen gets sent into the corner. There's a back kick attempted by Karmen, but Jordan catches it and hits a modified angle slam. There's a split-legged moonsault and another one. She's staring at Jada Parker, and she locks in the crossface chicken wing to get the tap from Karmen Petrovic. But post-match, Jada's just laughing at her, and Kelani locks it back in, staring at her. Ref calls for her to stop. She doesn't, and therefore the ref reverses the decision.
Kelani Jordan, I think, and I've thought for a while, limitless potential, genuinely. Could be one of the standouts of this era that they are promoting as one of the best in WWE history for women's wrestling. So it's Test City Jones.
Yeah.
Time to be miserable heel.
Snapped,
Time
didn't
to
she?
snap, time to turn. Like that dive she did as Raw rolled on was absolutely gorgeous. Like the rotation on it was incredible. I know she borrows a lot of the Rob Van Dam stuff, but the point is when people can see the obvious influence, if you do a bad job of that, as we had a little joke at her expense for that time when she just stopped still when the Rolling Thunder turned into the moonsault.
Yeah.
It's
Thunderstruck.
It's Thunderstruck, thank you, Sid. It's very apparent that you've messed up, and it almost never happens. Really great execution on some really interesting looking stuff. Every now and then you get a thing like a Soul Ruca, which a lot of people were taking the piss out of, but it's still kind of impressive athleticism. Just getting something there, building something. Right, heel turn. Nasty. Edge. Losing your head. You're losing your focus. I don't know why they insist upon it. And I would be remiss if I did not mention the bit where Vic Joseph said something for the millionth time a week that Booker T was unhappy with, and he was like, shut your face, Graves. I'm Vic. We've worked together years.
Oh! Teachable moment!
Just, and then Corey, I think Gravy was like, I'm just staying out of this one. He's learning how to be around their toxic relationship.
I feel like I'm going to find it impossible to buy Kelani Jordan as a heel, but we shall see. Unfortunately.
Stephanie Vaquer, risking it all, walks through the parking lot. She gets interviewed about a match at Vengeance Day. She says she burns through everything in her path and it's over for Fallon's title reign. Lola Vice walks past, though, and there's a little look between the two of them. But Stephanie continues, at Vengeance Day, she'll make history. She's come to NXT to be a champion. She tells Fallon that Jacy and Jasmine can't help her, and she'll see her in hell. Yeah. Highlight reel of Lash Legends.
Cringy.
A bit.
I think I'm spent now.
Well, I need you again because Ava's there with the tag team champions. That's Mr. Crazy Frog, Axiom, and Nathan Fraser.
When I'm cleaning windows.
Mr. Crazy Frog, like when you see a magpie or whatever it is.
Hello,
Mr. Crazy Frog.
Ava tells Fraxiom they've done a great job.
Done a great job.
There was a nice line here. Bayley walks up and says, I want a match with that bitch. And Ava says, which one?
Which one? There's loads of them.
Cora Jade. That's set for next week.
Understood.
Can you turn me around, please?
Briggs and Inamura walk up, and they've got a tag match booked for next week. But wouldn't you know it, sort of harkening back to the Fraxiom confusion, they've both booked teams. Briggs has got Hank and Tank, and Inamura's got the Ren QCC. So Ava makes it a triple threat match.
Triple threat match.
And they leave, and Fraxiom say, if they win that, they deserve a title shot at me, go.
Yep.
Skip to the end.
Main event time. Before the main event, Sarah's chatting with Waller.
Dickhead, why do you have to do that to me?
Well, they're walking out for the main event. Waller in Theory. And Waller says they're the best tag team in WWE. They're going to lay it down, says Theory. And Waller says this is just a preview of Vengeance Day when I'm going to become NXT champion. There's a bit of a, what? I was going to, confusion.
I should have just decided, I think it's your turn.
Yeah.
I'll win and then you get first defense.
Yeah. No, they just decided, you've been at this for a long time. I respect it. You go out there and I'll help you. I should have just did that once. Instead of this every time they do this stupid storyline.
And they've been splitting up for like 2 years at this point.
God, I just want to go home. Actually, no, I don't. But I don't want to do this.
We've got people who's really struggling to accept Charlotte Flair as a babyface. Let's make Austin Theory one of them. Anyway, they head out to the ring, and then they're joined by Trick Williams and Oba Femi. Another stellar performance from Booker T on commentary as Oba Femi's coming out. No bread, no water, just meat.
I could have sworn halfway through, like NXT rolled on and they went to a break. Go back, eat.
Oba's going to start the match against Austin Theory, but of course, they can't coexist. Trick tags himself in and they debate, and Theory jumps Trick Williams. And Trick fights back, hits a big drop kick, and then Joy Jacks with Oba Femi. After he hits a body slam, he picks up Waller after, again, talking crap to him. Oba tags himself in as Trick has picked up Grayson Waller, catches Theory, slams him, talks to Trick, turns around, Waller cheap shots him, and tries to body slam him, but Oba slams him. Trick tags himself back in, there's a body slam, talks more trash. Oba gets knocked off the apron, and Trick hits the ropes, and Oba trips him, pulls him out of the ring to argue, and Waller dives onto both of them to take us to a break. When we come back, Trick's in trouble. Waller beats him up and shouts, he ain't that good. Waller hits Trick with a forearm, and then throws Trick over the top, but Trick holds onto the apron and fights back. But Theory kicks him to the floor. Waller hits him with a clothesline, and Waller jumps up onto the barricade, and it's an elbow drop out there as well. He sends Trick back in, goes for his leaping stunner thing, but Trick catches him with a pop-up uppercut, shoves Waller away. Oba gets the hot tag, kills both of them, double stack Samoan drop in there. He does charging uppercuts back and forth to Waller and Theory in the corners. And he chucks Theory, sizes him up, and Trick tags himself back in. Waller tags without Trick realizing it. Theory gets knocked to the floor. Waller knocks Trick down, mocks Oba, turns around. Huge knee from Trick Williams. Cover, but Theory breaks it up. Oba grabs Theory. They both go over the top, and as Trick Williams is setting up, he's leaning against the ropes, and referee's busying himself with Oba and Theory spilling out of there. Eddie Thorpe appears, nails Trick Williams in the back with that strap that he's been carrying around with it, and Waller hits his finish and gets the 1-2-3 post-match. Thorpe jumps Trick, beats him down, nails him, whips him with the strap. Oba just looks on and then leaves, and he stands tall. Not quite the end of the show, but pretty much.
I don't know what I was supposed to think here, because the match, oddly, was sort of an effective... I know it's not the go-home. What is it? No, there's one more, isn't there?
One more.
Not the effective go-home thing, but on this episode, for the match at Vengeance Day, because it is still good watching Oba Femi throw guys into guys.
That's the only thing about this that I really enjoyed.
And they did quite a bit of it. Yeah. A-Town Hounds on and feel like they'll be good for that.
I'll allow it.
But, what an arsehole when he just left. So he's the out-and-out babyface doing that in the main event, where he's in a 2-on-1 situation until they can't agree he's going to pin him probably, and then fires back and wins. But yeah, they're leaving him. I know they're not mates. I get that. But I can't decide if they should just go. It's a bit like the Bron Breakker thing on the main roster. They should probably just pick a lane. He's either a ruler who's kind of an arsehole with it, and you start doing the throwing guys onto other guys to baby faces, or you just accept that these spots are mega impressive and realise that he's got to be a hero as well. Because
they love him.
Yeah, and people love him, and
he's such a specimen.
Yeah, and that's the answer, by the way, babyface. But I get it, because him and Trick are not mates, and clearly still they're fighting for the Stand and Deliver title. That's who could possibly want that now?
Yeah.
But
he needs to go up against someone who's incredibly skilled. So far, Eddie Thorpe's not incredibly skilled. He hasn't been cast as someone incredibly skilled. Trick Williams isn't. Waller and Theory are stooge goons.
Briggs and Dijak was good because they're so massive.
Yeah.
Tony D was class.
Second one in particular was really good.
You know what I mean? As a babyface, though. As a babyface, I'm looking at, how did they get Brock right? Angle.
Yeah.
There's someone who's everyone's going to be smaller than Oba Femi, but someone who can credibly push him and, hurt him.
This show's missed Ely since the day he left.
That would be good.
Since the day he left, the show's missed him.
Babyface. Yeah, and Ely, that's perfect. But
one more, Oba! One more!
But that's not the end of the show.
You're jacking off.
Yeah.
No, I miss that guy.
Me too.
I did grow accustomed to his face.
Full circle, because if he returns from injury in time on the post-WrestleMania Raw, Wilbourn will pop huge for him this year, and all is forgiven.
Like last year. I should have mentioned this earlier. There was an interview earlier where the screen went all hacky.
So we just thought,
it's been hacky. It's been hacky for 2 hours because it's NXT, mate.
But there's the test screen or whatever.
Secret Hacker is actually the book.
But
Shawn Michaels.
Secret hack.
The silhouettes of a foursome that's coming clearly at Vengeance Day.
Yeah. Very well groomed and chiseled. Some good jawlines there. Some good long hair. Who is it?
A couple of ID guys and a couple of others.
That's what I read.
See Avengers Day.
I don't know. I had to make sure it wasn't the Hardy Boys.
Just some randos.
I think so. I don't know. Don't know if they've got access to domain for him, but like people just come in doing all sorts of shit, don't they?
Yeah. All sorts of shit.
And that's NXT. Let us know your thoughts in the comments or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Well, actually, I can follow all four of us. You can follow Michael Hamflett at
Michael Hamflett.
Follow Michael Sidgwick at
Sidgwick.
You can follow our brilliant producer at
It's Adam Nicholas.
And you can follow me at Adam. At Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. Make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts. But for now, this has been the NXT review. My thanks to Hamflett, to Sidgwick, to Stacks. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.